Greetings again, internet people. This is Phoenix Akule coming to you again with another Clop fiction story. And yeah, I got suggested to do an OC one with bat ponies by some guy named Ask Brambly. I think I pronounced that right. Hopefully I do. I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out to my buddy on YouTube, Ask Brambly. Dude, I hope I pronounced your name right, because I ain't really good with large names. And yeah, the name that I originally gave this story didn't work. So, I kinda changed it. It's called Canterlot Night Bliss, which sounds a lot better and has a lot better ring to it. So, I'm gonna stop my fucking ass rambling and get to this shit. It started one late night around the castle, Canterlot Castle, and the garden behind the castle, right near the, I think it's called a labyrinth, a maze made of bushes. So I hope I got that part right too. See, Ask Brambly was one of Luna's bat pony guards, as he just stood at attention, guarding the entire area from whatever the hell that could show up and attack it. As he was doing his job, clearly walking back and forth, standing attention every time another guard or one of the royals passed by, he started to realize he wasn't quite alone anymore, considering that it was probably about 12 to 1 a.m. or something like really late at night, as another bat pony started to approach him. But clearly this one was female. She approached him and listed her name is Abby. And after she mentioned her name and they got acquainted, for some odd reason, she started rubbing up against him, brushing herself all over him as she swished her tail back and forth. She giving him what appears to look like a seductive look. I know one thing, you don't have to be psychic to clearly know what the heck she wants, or what the clearly a mirror wants when they do something like that. I mean, damn, the signs should be clear. So, as she kept on brushing up against him, swishing her tail back and forth, it started to become more clear what she was trying to do when the smell hit the air. She was sort of turned on. So, see, I'm pretty sure neither of them knew how to really acknowledge it. So, so Abby decided to make her move as she tackled him on the ground, nuzzling his neck. See, putting a clear thought in his head about what she truly wanted. See, Ask Brambly clearly knew what she wanted then. Because if you didn't know by then I'm pretty sure then you were probably brain dead. So yeah, it's clearly obvious by now. As he rolled over on top of her, pinning her down, she didn't show no reason to halt his advances, as she just clearly laid there, panting, enjoying every second of it as he slowly kissed down her neck, nipping each portion of it just to kind of get a rise out of her. And it was clearly working. So, as it went further and further, she started panting heavier and heavier, clearly stating what she wanted. As she looked up at him with a seductive look and pulled him down into a deep primal kiss. See, Ask just went with it as their tongues danced together. As they pulled back to catch their breath, an almost invisible strand of saliva still connecting them. As they just looked at each other, surprised at what just happened. As Abby started to lean up, clearly stating what she wanted him to do. As Ask lined himself up and started to penetrate her as her wings flared out, as she lowered her tongue out and her eyes rolled up as she uttered a soft moan, contently stating that she loved every second of what was happening. As he slowly started to pick up a rhythm, finally running her around every aspect of every expectation. And as they started to get the rhythms in check, she started humping back against him, clearly stating that she was loving every second of it. So, and as it went on, Abby became more vocal, moaning and squeaking so loudly that I'm surprised the princesses themselves didn't hear it, considering that the castle's like right near the garden, right? I mean, dang, Celestia must be getting either ticked off about it, either that or getting ready to be ticked off about it. And Luna is probably off working, so yeah, Celestia is probably the only one you'd have to worry about catching you. As they kept going and going, Ask kissing down her neck and rubbing her wings as he rutted her lovingly, as Abby clearly liked it, as she leaned back into him, kissing him deeply, clearly stating that she was primally in love. As all the dang rutting continued, Abby became more vocal in the aspect of getting rutted. So as they kept going, she getting louder and louder. Now I'm really starting to think that there's some kind of sound canceling spell around Canterlot, because if you're going to be that loud right near the castle, then I'd at least cancel the sound. See, as they kept going, clearly she loved it. As her eyes rolled up as she moaned louder and her whole body shook as she calmed in a foray of instant loving bliss. When she was done panting and they were done marking each other, her after she was all marked up on the inside, if you know what I mean. See, they heard a magical poof from the back of the garden, and then Ask picked up Abby and started to carry her in the maze, because clearly they pissed someone off with their loud noise. And after he picked her up, she pulled him into a deep, loving kiss, clearly stating that she don't want to leave him. Oh, love. They did manage to get away from the nobles, though, considering those nobles are rich and lazy, so yeah, it's kind of easy to escape them. So yeah, I hope you like this, dude, because I did not have much time to think. But yeah, I try my best. So yeah, it's kind of dirty but funny. Phoenix out.